Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Valiant Wings. And you might be surprised, this is airframe and miniature book, but it's number 1. But here we have the small, let's say, tip. It's a second edition of the first release in this series, and it was dedicated to Messerschmitt Me 262. And this time we have the same, obviously, subject, but it was improved, it was expanded, and as you can see, it's revised and updated in a full sense, because we have quite thick soft cover. As you remember, first release was a thin book. It was around, I think, 112 pages or 110, and this time we have 208 pages, so basically it was increased in size twice, and we have more information. We have some modern kits included, and this is actually the commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review, and we are going to open it together and check what is actually supplied here and why it should be interesting for some of you who plan to build this unusual aircraft. So first of all, it's a soft cover, as I said, and it should be already available. So if you can't wait, you can order it directly on Valiant Wings website. Now just let me close the lenses a bit so that it won't be that bright. Here we have the contents page, so it's a pretty much standard structure. We have airframe chapters and miniature chapters. As you can see, there are 5 chapters for the airframe. First we start with evolution, then there is a testing, production, and different series, and also camouflage and markings chapter. And of course, miniature includes kits, also the collection and selection of the various models, and we also have one build with, I'm not sure which kit is included there, just give me a second. Well, I do not see it in official release as well, so it will be interesting to see what is actually built by modeler. But of course, this book is written by Richard Franks, so this author should be familiar to you if you have some other books from this series. And as you can see, history, or let's say development history, is accompanied with black and white photos and also with some color shots. And this is really important information because these photos might be used for some weathering and also diorama ideas. As you can see, we also have photos with museum aircraft, which is also quite, I would say, valuable information, because you can get the idea where to see this aircraft. It's always a good idea to check this aircraft if you can. For example, it might be in some, let's say, exposition close to you, so definitely check out this chapter. And in total, there should be more than 200 images from wartime, I would say. And what do we have here? Just give me a second. I'm trying to understand. So this is a chapter which is actually dedicated to various differences between versions of Messerschmitt 262. As you can see, it is supplied not only with the black and white photos, and there are a lot of crushed aircraft, surprisingly, but it is also supplied with the side profiles, or I would say side drawings, so that you understand what was the main difference between these types. So it's really, I would say, useful thing, because it will make it easier to understand what should be changed here and there. And of course, there will be a bit more detailed chapter as far as I remember, but we would see. As you can see, there are other modifications. We have Schnellbombers, and that's something which I'm seeing for the first time. I don't know about you. Feel free to write in the comment section if you've seen this Schnellbomber version. But next we start with the camouflage and markings chapter. It is supplied also with wartime photos, as I said before, but it also features color printed profiles. So this is not a, I would say, full-fledged marking gallery, because as you can see, we get only side profile view, but from this it will be easy to find the necessary marking option, and obviously it might be helpful in case you are not decided on which marking to copy. As you can see, it covers various versions, so this is also, I would say, really important feature for this book. This is interesting version, by the way, with American star and some nose art. It might be a good thing to build in whatever scale. Next we go on with chapter 6. It is dedicated to various kits, and obviously there is no focus on one and only scale. As you can see, we start with 144, then we continue with the 72nd scale. And why actually it was decided to upgrade this book? Because during recent years it was released several interesting kits in various scales, so it was important to upgrade this book in order to include these kits and in order to, let's say, match the current offering on the market. So this is a really good thing that Valiant Wings decided to actually upgrade the whole book. So here we can see, for example, female Tamiya kits, which are quite nice even today, surprisingly, even though they're not that young. Next we have 1/32nd scale kits, and of course we have Revel, which is relatively fresh, and it was released in several versions. We have Trumpeter, and I think Trumpeter also produces 24 scale kit. Maybe it is the one. No, it's 1/32nd, surprisingly. Okay, anyway, we continue with building a selection. So here you can see build with Airfix kit in 1/72nd scale. As usual, everything is shown with detailed photos, so we have step-by-step storytelling, and it will be interesting to see what master used in order to assemble his kit. Here we have build with a Revel 1/32nd scale, again quite a modern offering, so it might be interesting for some modders who plan to build this kit, especially considering it's quite affordable price tag. It might be a good idea to build this big scale aircraft, and of course you can also detail it with various aftermarket, as you can see what this actually was done by author. Next we have here gallery with various kits from different manufacturers, so it might be a good idea to check it. Here you can see chapter which is named as a building a collection. So here we have again a bit more detailed look into various differences between this or that version. So as you remember before, it was done in form of profiles or site drawings. Here we have 3D images, and everything is underlined with small notes, so it will be easier to find the changed things. And here we have also another important chapter. It's called In Detail. So here we have closer look at various parts of the aircraft. As you can see, it combines not only the drawings and also actual aircraft. So as you can see, black and white photos, color photos of real aircraft which are exhibited in some museums. And as you can see, we can check even the landing gear closer, so it might be handy for super detailers and these modelers who would like to have a really well thought out model. Here you can also see appendix chapter, so it is dedicated to kits of this kit, and of course there is also another chapter dedicated to accessories, also bibliography, which is quite important because you can find more books to read about this aircraft. And of course another special bonus is the set of 148 scale plans, and it was not available in the first edition, so as you can see now we get it as a standard inclusion into this book, and it's really handy because it might be useful for panel drawing, panel lines drawing, or maybe for some rivets on your aircraft. And of course you can easily scale it down for the necessary scale if you prefer some smaller sized models. So as I said, this book should be already available and price should be surprisingly reasonable. I think it is 25 British pounds, so just like any previous release from Airframe&miniature. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this release here in the comment section below. If you like this video, do not forget to press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!